Welcome to Hollywood Secrets, where we uncover the untold, the surprising, and the downright jaw-dropping stories of Tinseltown's greatest legends. Today, we dive into a mystery that has baffled fans for decades. How did some of old Hollywood's biggest stars, famous for their wild indulgences and reckless lifestyles, manage to defy fate and live long, illustrious lives? Was it luck, resilience, or something more mysterious? Let's explore the captivating stories of stars who danced with danger, yet endured far beyond anyone's expectations. Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart, the rugged icon of Casablanca, seemed destined for an early grave. His gravelly voice, hardened by an endless chain of cigarettes and a love affair with whiskey, became his signature. Yet, despite his notorious habits, Bogart managed to live until 57, a feat that stunned his friends. Some whispered it was sheer willpower. Others believed his indomitable spirit was what kept him alive. Even as he fought off illness in his final days, Bogart's wit remained sharp. "I should never have switched from scotch to martinis," he joked, a final quip from a man who lived life fearlessly and on his own terms. Ava Gardner. Ava Gardner, the smoldering beauty of the Killers, led a life as wild as any film noir plot. She partied with the best of them, drank like a sailor, and had legendary affairs with stars like Frank Sinatra. Yet she lived to 67, leaving many in awe. How did she survive the chaos? Some say it was her fiery determination. Others believe her beauty masked an iron will. Ava once confessed, "I have only one rule. I don't look back." Maybe that refusal to dwell on the past was her secret to longevity. John Barrymore. John Barrymore, known as the Great Profile, was the quintessential tragic genius. A master of the stage and screen, he was equally infamous for his epic drinking binges. Barrymore seemed like a man hurtling toward disaster, yet he lived to 60, an astonishing feat given his excesses. Some believe it was his undying love for acting that kept him going. Even when his body failed him, he'd deliver lines with the grandeur of a king. His was a life of contradiction, a man who wasted much but still left behind a legacy of brilliance and resilience. Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead was a legend of excess, scandal, and wit. She smoked 120 cigarettes a day, indulged in hard liquor, and had a love life that rivaled any tabloid tale. Yet she lived to 66, defying all odds. When asked how she survived, Tallulah simply quipped, "I'm as pure as the driven slush." Perhaps it was her bold humor, or maybe it was her unapologetic embrace of life's pleasures. Tallulah's story is proof that sometimes charisma and audacity are enough to outlast even the harshest odds. Orson Welles. Orson Welles, the genius behind Citizen Kane, lived with grandiosity in every sense. From his rich voice to his indulgence in food and wine, Welles lived large. Many thought his relentless lifestyle would cut him down early, but he lived to 70, continuing to create until his final days. His secret? "The enemy of art is the absence of limitations," he once said. Perhaps it was this drive to push boundaries that kept him alive, an unyielding desire to explore, create, and leave a mark. Lana Turner. Lana Turner was Hollywood's femme fatale, with a life full of scandal and heartbreak. Her high-profile relationships, most notably a murder scandal involving her daughter, seemed destined to destroy her. But Turner lived to 74, surviving storms that would have crushed others. She often said it was sheer determination that kept her alive. "I survive on change. I survive on challenges." Turner's life is a testament to the power of grit, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, survival is possible. Anthony Quinn. Anthony Quinn, the indomitable star of Zorba the Greek, lived to 86, thriving on passion and energy. He loved food, women, and the thrill of life, yet seemed immune to the consequences. What kept him going? Quinn believed in seizing every moment, refusing to slow down even in his later years. His relentless enthusiasm, even in old age, was a marvel to those who knew him. "You only live once," he said, "but if you do it right, once is enough." Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, a name synonymous with beauty, excess, and resilience, lived to 79 despite a lifetime of health crises and addictions. Taylor survived more than 40 surgeries and battled addiction with the same tenacity she brought to the screen. Her secret weapon? Love. Whether for her children, her causes, or her fans, Taylor's capacity for love was boundless. "I've been lucky all my life," she once said. Maybe it wasn't luck at all. Maybe it was her extraordinary heart that kept her going. Richard Burton. Richard Burton, with his deep voice and commanding presence, lived a tempestuous life filled with alcohol and scandalous love affairs, especially his legendary romance with Elizabeth Taylor. Though he lived only to 58, it was longer than anyone expected given his hard living. Burton's passion for acting and his love for Taylor were twin fires that fueled him. His life was one of contradictions, but perhaps it was the love that refused to die that kept him going through years of indulgence. Lauren Bacall. Lauren Bacall, the sultry star who captured Humphrey Bogart's heart, lived an astonishing 89 years. Her elegance and sophistication seemed untouched by time, even as she endured heartbreak and loss. Bacall's secret to longevity was simple. She never stopped moving forward. "I think your whole life shows in your face," she once said, and indeed, hers radiated grace and strength. Bacall's long life stands as proof that resilience, poise, and a refusal to give up are the ultimate keys to survival. In a world where indulgence often leads to downfall, these stars defied the odds, teaching us that sometimes the will to live burns brighter than any flame.